Okay, so in this instance we are set up with Chantry in a 4-2-3-1 and the opposition yellows also in a 4-2-3-1. This video is basically going to tell us, going to show us how we'd like to play out from the back when the keeper has the ball. Could be a goal kick, could be ball in hands, but essentially it's going to be a structure for us to follow when we're playing, which will enable us to hopefully successfully play out. And so firstly, we just need to think about the setup. So when the keeper is in possession here, it's not going right for me here. Here you go, keeper in possession. We're then going to be looking for the fullbacks to advance right up the pitch. We want the centre backs to split, and we also want our wide players just to come inside into that little pocket of space, which will, we hope, bring some attention from the opposition fullbacks. The effect of that is going to be space in here, space in here, and that's the space that we're going to look to exploit later. So we've split our centre backs. By doing so, in this instance where you've only got, as it's set up now, we've only got one opposition striker pressing, we have created a 2-against-1 in this space. Whether he chooses to press here or press here, we have that out ball. Pretty easy for the goalkeeper. There and there. No problem for us. Now, what we generally find is that you're going to get someone, whether it's a 10 or an 11, normally the player playing with the striker, they're going to look to go and put some pressure on the second player. They're not going to want to let us play out so easily. So in that instance, we want our 6 to then come and be the third player, so that we get a nice 3 versus 2 in that same area. It's unlikely you're going to get any further support from the 8, because obviously then he'd be leaving our 8 with the freedom of the park, basically. So once we're in this position, we should, assuming that we're technically proficient enough, be able to play out quite nicely. Just got this slightly wrong, because you'd expect the wide players of the yellows just to be slightly further back, having reacted to the forward movement of our fullbacks. So in this instance, you may get the 10 now looking to come across and put some pressure on 6. If he cuts off this ball directly to 4, then we've always got the ball back to the keeper and the ball out here. This player in this instance effectively becomes a target player. Assuming he's unable to get across, then we'd expect him to come into this space, 7 to come and show for the ball, and 2 to look to make that movement just into that free space that we talked about earlier. So we could be looking at a ball in here, and then in here. We could be looking at a set back and a run in there, and a ball in there. But ultimately, the objective of all of this is to create this, which is a 3 versus 2 situation on that touchline. There are going to be instances where... just undo that. There are going to be instances where the player is able to get across and cover. So we've got 4 on the ball, 10 putting significant pressure. And then we're looking for a way out of this, really. So that could be the 2 seeing this danger and just stopping his forward movement, coming back, and then the ball coming in here, going all the way back to the goalkeeper, Expect 9 to be over here by now. And then again, keeper should be quite easy for the keeper then to move the player across here, and then we go from there. We're going to need the keeper to be quite proficient on the ball. But again, if we're able to do that successfully, again, we create that 3 versus 2. Clear all that movement. Now we're looking, so in this instance, the ball's gone back to the other side. Number 5 is progressing with the ball. 6 is on the cover. 4 is now coming back into position on the cover, and 2 is probably just coming in here just to make sure that we don't get caught out. Now, we obviously have the ball in here. May get an instance of 11 coming in really short, and then you can just see the space that's been created. We need these fullbacks really going for it, because that, in that instance, if you get this player sucked in, then that is an easy route to goal. And at this level, I think a lot of teams will fall for it. Movement of the strikers is going to be critical. Just gave an example where the fullback took advantage of that space. However, there's no reason our striker can't move into there. Number 10 moving into that space. 7 attacking the back post. Just tidy that up slightly. 7 attacking the back post. And again, it's just ways that we can take what is a defensive position and utilise a structure to try and create opportunities.